My dear soul, today Saint Michael the Archangel has brought me to you with a message that can completely transform the course of your life. There is something happening in the spiritual world that you need to know about. Something that is directly connected to what you have been experiencing, to your anxieties, to your sleepless nights, and to this feeling that something urgently needs to change in your journey. Stop everything you're doing right now, because what I am about to share with you is not a coincidence. It is a divine calling that has arrived at the exact moment when your soul most needs to hear these words. I know you have been carrying a weight in your chest, a restlessness that seems to have no name. Maybe it's the tears you shed when no one is looking, or that feeling of emptiness that insists on appearing even when you are surrounded by people. Archangel Michael showed me that you have been questioning whether there really is a greater purpose for your life, whether there is something beyond this routine that has been consuming you from within. You are not imagining things. There are forces working against you, trying to keep you small, limited, far from your true potential. But today, that changes. Today you will discover that there is an invisible world working in your favor, warrior angels who are fighting for you even when you don't realize it. Saint Michael, the Archangel, the great protector, has been watching each of your silent battles. Every moment you almost gave up, every time you got up, even when you had no strength left. He told me something about you that will make your heart race. You have been chosen for something much greater than you can imagine. The life you have lived so far, with all its difficulties and disappointments, has been merely preparation for what is to come. Every pain you have felt has shaped your soul to receive powerful revelations that will change not only your reality, but the reality of many people around you. Saint Michael the Archangel revealed to me that you have a special light, an energy that disturbs the darkness, and that is why you have faced so many obstacles. Have you noticed how certain people seem to be jealous of your energy even when you're not at your best? How some environments become heavy when you arrive, or how certain situations always seem to get complicated when you're involved? This is not your mind playing tricks on you. It is the reaction of darkness to your natural light. The enemy of your soul knows the potential you carry and has been trying in every way to diminish your shine. Archangel Michael wants you to understand something fundamental today. You were not born to live an ordinary life. Even before you were born, your name was already written in the divine plans for this generation. You are part of an army of light that is awakening at this moment in history. Brave souls who have agreed to incarnate in this world to bring about profound change. That is why your life has been intense, why you feel things more deeply than other people. Lately, you have been dreaming about strange situations, haven't you? Or have you had premonitions that came true, or felt presences around you when you were alone? Archangel Michael told me that these are signs that your spiritual gifts are awakening. You are developing the ability to see beyond the veil that separates the physical world from the spiritual world. And this is something extraordinary. But with great gifts come great responsibilities and also great attacks. The enemy will not stand by and watch you awaken to your true power. He has been using people close to you to plant seeds of doubt, to make you question your own sanity, to convince you that it is better to live a normal life and not stand out so much. How many times have you heard that you are too intense or that you think too much? Now write in the comments, I am guided, protected, and strengthened by Saint Michael the Archangel. This affirmation activates a protective shield around you and shows the spiritual world that you are ready to receive the revelations that will change your life. Do this now, because I need your energy to be sealed before we continue. Saint Michael the Archangel has shown me that you are about to enter a completely new phase of your life. A phase where the masks will fall, where you will see clearly who is really on your side and who has been working against you. It may seem scary at first, but it is the necessary process for your total liberation. You cannot carry people and situations that drain your energy to the next level of your journey. This message has come to you because the time has come for you to stop hiding, to stop dimming your light so as not to disturb anyone. Saint Michael the Archangel is calling you to take your place, to occupy the space that has always been yours by divine right. The invisible chains that have limited your life are being broken at this very moment as you read these words. The revelation that Saint Michael the Archangel wants to share with you today is about the power of spiritual visions and how they can completely transform your reality. You need to understand that when the celestial world decides to reveal itself to someone, it is not by chance. It is because that person is ready to receive knowledge that goes beyond ordinary human understanding. And you, my dear, are in that select group of souls who have been prepared to see the invisible. In recent months, you have had experiences that you cannot explain rationally. Perhaps you have dreamed of situations that later happen in real life, or felt a strong presence by your side in the most difficult moments. Saint Michael the Archangel told me that these are not coincidences, they are spiritual training. Your spirit is being prepared to receive revelations that will illuminate paths that seemed impossible to follow. When Saint Michael the Archangel grants spiritual insight, three powerful things happen simultaneously. First, invisible barriers that have been blocking your blessings are instantly removed. You know that feeling that no matter how hard you try, there's always something stopping you from achieving your goals? These are spiritual fortresses built by the enemy to keep you from your destiny. But when heavenly light illuminates your mind with divine revelations, these walls crumble like sandcastles. Second, evil strategies directed against your life are exposed and neutralized. Archangel Michael revealed something shocking to me about your situation. There are people around you who have been working consciously or unconsciously to sabotage your progress. They may be family members, friends, co-workers, or even people you consider close. They plant seeds of doubt, criticize your dreams, or always find a reason to discourage you when you're about to take an important step. Through spiritual insights, you will begin to discern precisely who these people are and how they operate. It will not be a painful discovery, but a liberating one, because you will finally understand why certain situations always got complicated, why certain relationships left you exhausted, why some environments seem to suck your vital energy. Archangel Michael will give you eyes to see beyond appearances and perceive the true intentions behind people's words and actions. Write in the comments now, "The light of Saint Michael the Archangel reveals all hidden truths in my life." This mantra activates your spiritual discernment and removes any veil that is preventing you from seeing reality as it really is. The third power of spiritual visions is the most impressive. They make situations that seemed humanly impossible become not only possible but inevitable. Saint Michael the Archangel showed me that you have a dream hidden in your heart, something you have wanted for a long time, but that has always seemed too far from your current reality. It may be related to your career, your relationships, your financial situation, or even your health. When you receive a divine revelation about this dream, when Saint Michael the Archangel shows you that this desire was planted in your heart by the Creator himself, something powerful happens in the spiritual world. It is as if a heavenly order has been issued, and the entire universe conspires to materialize what has been revealed. Doors that have been closed for decades open overnight. The right people appear at the right time. Opportunities arise from unexpected places. But you need to understand that this is not a magic formula where you just think positively and things happen. Spiritual visions come with heavenly instructions, precise guidance on how you should act to cooperate with divine plans. Archangel Michael will show you specific steps you need to take, people you need to talk to, places you need to go, even words you need to say. And if this message has resonated with you so far, and you want to help it reach other people who are also seeking spiritual awakening, click "Thank you very much." This small gesture helps keep alive this mission of bringing light to those who need heavenly revelations. Thank you so much. The most important revelation that Saint Michael the Archangel wants to share with you today is about your purpose in life. You're not here just to work, pay bills, and survive until the end of your existence. You are the bearer of a specific mission, a unique contribution that only you can give to this world. That is why your soul never feels completely satisfied with an ordinary life, because you were not created for the ordinary. Saint Michael the Archangel told me that in the coming days, you will receive clear signs about what exactly this mission is. They may come through vivid dreams, chance encounters with people who will say exactly what you need to hear. Opportunities that will appear in surprising ways, or even through an inner voice that will become increasingly strong and clear. Your only responsibility is to keep your heart open and your faith active. Don't let fear of the unknown or the opinions of limited people prevent you from following the heavenly guidance. Saint Michael the Archangel is at your side to protect you throughout this process of transformation, ensuring that every step you take is aligned with the divine will for your life. Now, Saint Michael, The Archangel wants to reveal something about the spiritual attacks you have been suffering and how they are directly related to the awakening of your heavenly gifts. You have often wondered why your life seems more complicated than other people's, why you face obstacles that seem to come out of nowhere, why certain situations always repeat themselves even when you try to do everything differently. The answer is deeper than you realize. You are being tested and strengthened for a great mission. The enemy of our souls knows the potential that each person carries, and he devotes more attention to those who can have the greatest impact on the kingdom of light. That is why people with developed spiritual gifts face more intense battles. This is not punishment, it is a sign that you pose a real threat to darkness. Archangel Michael showed me that every attack you have suffered has actually strengthened your spiritual armor and prepared you for even greater victories. These attacks do not only come directly through people who treat you badly or obviously negative situations. The enemy is subtle and uses refined strategies to try to bring you down. He plants thoughts of discouragement in your mind as soon as you wake up, makes you feel tired for no apparent reason, brings up painful memories from the past just when you're starting to feel good, or puts people in your life who drain your energy with their constant problems. Archangel Michael wants you to identify these patterns so that you can defend yourself properly. Have you noticed how certain people always show up with crises just when you are experiencing a moment of peace? How some family members always find something to criticize when you are feeling confident? How certain environments make you feel inexplicably sad or anxious? These are attacks directed at your inner light. But here's the good news. Saint Michael the Archangel has revealed to me that you are entering a phase where these attacks will completely lose their power over you. This is because you're developing the ability to see beyond appearances and understand the spiritual origin of each situation. When you identify an attack for what it really is, it automatically loses its power. Write in the comments, "My light is stronger than any darkness that tries to reach me." This statement activates a protective shield around you and shows the spiritual world that you no longer accept being a victim of evil manipulation. Archangel Michael also wants to talk to you about the spiritual gifts that are awakening within you. Perhaps you have noticed that you can sense people's intentions even when they are smiling at you, or that you have premonitions about situations that later come true, or that certain people feel inexplicably drawn to talk to you about their deepest problems. These are signs that your gifts of discernment and healing are manifesting themselves. Do not be afraid of these gifts. That they're not strange or dangerous, they are heavenly gifts that have been placed within you since birth and are now being activated because the time is right. Archangel Michael told me that you will use these gifts to help many people find their way, to bring emotional and spiritual healing to wounded hearts, and to be a bridge between the heavenly world and the earthly world. But with these gifts comes a sacred responsibility. You cannot use them to manipulate situations to your advantage or to harm people who have hurt you. Heavenly gifts only work fully when they are used with genuine love and the purpose of serving the greater good. Archangel Michael will guide you on how to develop and use these gifts appropriately. One of the most important revelations I need to share is about the spiritual cleansing process you're going through. In recent times, you may have noticed that certain friendships are naturally falling apart, that some environments no longer appeal to you, that certain activities that once gave you pleasure now seem empty. This is not a coincidence. It is Saint Michael the Archangel removing from your life everything that is not aligned with your new level of consciousness. This process can be painful at times, especially when it involves people you love, but who are unable to keep up with your spiritual evolution. Archangel Michael wants you to know that this is temporary and necessary. You cannot carry dense energies into the next levels of your journey. It is like a snake that needs to shed its skin. The process is uncomfortable, but essential for growth. During this cleansing phase, it is important that you keep your energy protected and elevated. Avoid unnecessary arguments. Do not try to convince anyone about your new spiritual perceptions, and do not feel obligated to explain your changes to people who are unable to understand. Archangel Michael is taking care of the entire process, organizing situations so that everything happens at the perfect time and in the least traumatic way possible. Trust the process, even when you cannot fully understand what is happening. Archangel Michael has assured me that every change in your life is being carefully orchestrated to lead you to your highest destiny. Archangel Saint Michael has brought me a special revelation about the prayers you have been saying and how they are being answered in ways you have not yet fully realized. There is a huge difference between praying out of habit and praying with heavenly revelation. And you're about to discover how your words can literally move mountains when they are aligned with divine will. In recent times, you have felt a restlessness during your prayers, as if the words you have always used are no longer sufficient to express what your heart truly desires to say. This is because your spirit is evolving and needs a higher language to communicate with the heavenly realms. Archangel Michael wants to teach you how to pray in a way that opens spiritual portals and brings concrete answers to your life. The first thing you need to understand is that your prayers are never unanswered. What happens is that we often ask for specific things based on our limited view of the situation. But the heavenly world has a much broader perspective and knows exactly what we need for our greater evolution. Therefore, sometimes the answer comes in a different way than we expected, or at a different time than we wanted. Archangel Michael showed me that you have been saying many desperate prayers, asking for painful situations to simply disappear from your life. But he wants you to understand that these situations are often divine tools for developing your inner strength, compassion, wisdom, and ability to help others who will go through similar experiences. Instead of asking for problems to disappear, start praying for revelation about the purpose of that situation, wisdom to deal with it in the best way, and strength to extract the learning that is hidden there. This change in perspective transforms you from a victim of circumstances to a co-creator of your reality together with the divine. Now write in the comments, "I receive heavenly wisdom to understand the divine purpose in every situation in my life." This prayer activates your ability to see beyond appearances and find sacred meaning even in the most challenging experiences. Saint Michael the Archangel also wants to reveal something about the blessings that are being prepared for you. There is a spiritual law that says that when someone goes through a period of purification and testing, as you have been going through, the universe prepares compensations proportional to the intensity of the difficulties faced. The greater your pain, the greater your joy will be. The deeper your scarcity, the more abundant your prosperity will be. But these blessings do not come until you are truly ready to receive them. It is not a question of deserving it. You have always deserved the best. It is a question of spiritual capacity to manage the blessings without them distracting you from your divine purpose or corrupting your heart. Archangel Michael has been watching your progress and told me that you are almost ready to receive gifts that will surprise even you. And if this message is touching your heart deeply, consider supporting this channel with a gesture of light. Click on "Thank you very much." This kindness helps keep alive this mission of delivering words that heal and awaken more people who need to hear these revelations. One of the blessings being prepared has to do with relationships. Archangel Michael showed me that you have been carrying emotional scars from past relationships that have caused you to question your worth and your ability to be truly loved. These wounds have created protective walls around your heart that, while protecting you from further pain, have also prevented genuine connections from forming. The time has come to heal these wounds once and for all. Not through another relationship that will temporarily cover them up, but through real, deep healing that will restore your ability to love and be loved fully. Saint Michael, the Archangel, will send specific situations and people into your life that will act as medicine for your wounded heart. This may include the return of someone from your past with a sincere apology, the appearance of a new person who will treat you exactly the way you have always wanted to be treated, or simply a deep inner understanding that will free you from old hurts you didn't even know you still carried. Another blessing that is being prepared has to do with your financial situation. Archangel Michael knows that you have been under economic pressure that has limited your freedom and forced you to make choices that are not in line with your deepest values. He revealed to me that this phase of scarcity is coming to an end, but not through a temporary solution, such as a loan or outside help. The prosperity that is coming into your life will be a direct result of the development of your spiritual gifts and your connection to your divine purpose. Saint Michael the Archangel will open ways for you to monetize your natural talents in a way that brings material abundance without compromising your spiritual integrity. You will discover how to be prosperous by serving the greater good, how your life mission can sustain all your material needs and still have enough left over to help others. Prepare your heart to receive, but keep your hands open to share. Heavenly blessings flow best through generous people who understand that true prosperity is having enough to live well and still be a blessing in the lives of others. Saint Michael the Archangel wants to reveal to you now about the transformation that is taking place in your spiritual identity, and how it will completely affect the way you see yourself and how the world sees you. You're undergoing an inner rebirth that will connect you with aspects of your personality that have been dormant for a long time, talents that have been suppressed, dreams that have been abandoned, and an inner strength that you didn't even know you had. Throughout your life, you have been conditioned to fit into patterns that did not match your true essence. Family, school, society, relationships, all of these environments taught you to be a lesser version of who you really are. You learned to speak more softly so as not to disturb others, to dream less so as not to be disappointed, to shine less so as not to arouse envy, to love less so as not to get hurt. But Archangel Michael told me that the time has come for you to reconnect with your original essence, with the person you were before the world taught you to be afraid of being great. This reconnection will not happen through external techniques or therapies, but through a deep inner revelation about who you truly are in the eyes of the Creator. You will begin to remember dreams you had as a child, things that made your eyes sparkle before life taught you that dreaming was a waste of time. You will regain your natural curiosity, your ability to marvel at small things, your courage to express opinions even when they are different from those around you. This is not regression, it is evolution back to your truth. Saint Michael the Archangel also wants to talk about the power of your words. In the coming days, you will discover that your words carry a special energy, an ability to influence realities and touch hearts in a profound way. This is because your words are aligning with your inner truth, and true words always have more power than empty words. You will realize that when you speak words of encouragement to someone, that person will truly feel empowered. When you declare something positive about your own life, circumstances will begin to move in the direction of that declaration. When you bless someone who has hurt you, that conflict will be resolved in a surprising way. This is the power that Saint Michael the Archangel is activating in you. Write in the comments, "My words carry the heavenly power of Saint Michael the Archangel." This declaration seals the power of your words and ensures that they will always be used to bless and never to destroy. But with this power comes a sacred responsibility. You must learn to use your words consciously. You can no longer speak negatively about your life, constantly complain about your circumstances, or use words to hurt people who have hurt you. Saint Michael the Archangel will teach you how to transform every word into a tool for healing and transformation. One of the most important transformations you will experience is in the area of relationships. Saint Michael the Archangel showed me that you have been attracting people who needed your light to heal, but who had nothing to offer you in return. You became an emotional caregiver for people who drained your energy without reciprocity. This happened because you did not yet fully know your worth. This dynamic is changing radically. You will begin to attract relationships based on mutuality, where you give and receive in equal measure. People who recognize and value your gifts, who inspire you to grow, who celebrate your victories instead of trying to diminish your brilliance. Archangel Michael is aligning you with your spiritual tribe, with people who are on the same level of consciousness and purpose as you. This may mean that some old relationships will transform or end naturally. Do not fight this process. People who cannot evolve with you will naturally drift away, and this is divine protection. You cannot carry the weight of trying to awaken those who are not ready to awaken. Your responsibility is to be the example, not to convince anyone to follow your path. Archangel Michael also wants to talk about your relationship with money and prosperity. You were raised with a scarcity mindset, believing that money is the root of all evil, that spiritual people should be poor, and that wanting prosperity is materialistic. These limiting beliefs have blocked the flow of abundance in your life. The truth is that you need material resources to fulfill your mission in this world. How will you help people in need if you yourself are in need? How will you travel to bring your message to other places if you don't have money for tickets? How will you have time to develop your gifts if you have to work all day just to survive? Saint Michael the Archangel wants you to develop a healthy relationship with prosperity, understanding that money is just an energetic tool that can be used for good or evil, depending on the intentions of those who possess it. In the hands of a spiritually evolved person like you, money becomes a force for positive transformation in the world. Start seeing yourself as deserving of abundance, not out of selfishness, but because you have an important mission that requires resources to be fulfilled. Saint Michael the Archangel will open channels of prosperity that are aligned with your purpose, where you can thrive by serving, where your abundance is a direct result of the good you do in the world. Now, Saint Michael the Archangel wants to reveal the historic moment we are living in, and how you are part of a spiritual movement much greater than you can imagine. You did not incarnate in this world by chance, nor at this specific time in human history. You are part of a generation of souls who have accepted the mission of bringing more light to a world that is undergoing a great transformation of consciousness. Look around you and observe how people are more anxious, more lost, more disconnected from each other and from themselves. Observe how old social, economic, and religious structures are crumbling, how truths that seemed absolute are being questioned, how patterns that worked for previous generations no longer make sense to people today. This is not chaos, it is renewal. Archangel Michael told me that humanity is going through a collective process of spiritual awakening, and not everyone is ready for this change. Many people are resisting, clinging to the familiar even when it no longer serves them. Others are getting lost in the confusion, not understanding what is happening or where the world is headed. That's where people like you come in. You have been chosen to be a bridge between the old world and the new world, a translator of spiritual truths into languages that ordinary people can understand, a beacon of hope for those who are lost in the darkness of transformation. Your own healing and awakening processes were not just for your personal benefit. They were training so that you can help others go through the same processes. Every pain you felt, every obstacle you overcame, every lesson you learned has become a tool you can use to help others. Archangel Michael did not allow you to go through anything in vain. Everything had a greater purpose, even when you couldn't see it at the time. Now write in the comments, "I accept my mission to be a light in this world." This statement confirms your commitment to the greater purpose and activates special protections around you so that you can fulfill your mission safely. Archangel Michael also wants to talk to you about the gifts of leadership that are awakening within you. You may not see yourself as a leader in the traditional sense of the word, but spiritual leadership is different. It has nothing to do with commanding people or being in positions of power over others. It has to do with being a living example of transformation, with inspiring others through your own journey of healing and growth. You will find that people will naturally seek you out for advice, that they will feel safe sharing their deepest problems with you, that they will find hope just by being in your presence. This is because you carry an inner light that calms troubled hearts and awakens faith in people who had given up believing that life could be better. Do not be afraid of this responsibility. Saint Michael the Archangel will not give you any mission for which you are not prepared. He has been strengthening you gradually, developing in you the qualities necessary to be a true helper of humanity. Your compassion, your wisdom, your ability to forgive, your strength to overcome adversity. All these characteristics have been developed through your own life experiences. And if you feel that this message has touched your heart deeply, please consider supporting this work by clicking "Thank you." This gesture, however small it may seem, helps us to continue spreading these messages of light to those who most need to awaken to their divine mission. One of the most important revelations that Saint Michael the Archangel wants to share is about the power of his presence. Have you noticed how certain situations calm down when you arrive, how arguments cease, how aggressive people become more peaceful in your presence? This is no coincidence. You carry a peaceful energy that comes directly from your connection with the heavenly realms. In the coming times, this gift will intensify even more. You will discover that you can literally transform environments just by being present in them with love and compassion in your heart. Conflicting workplaces will harmonize. Families in crisis will find paths to reconciliation, and lost people will find direction through your example. Saint Michael the Archangel showed me that you will be called to situations where your presence will be essential for resolving conflicts or comforting people in distress. It may be something as simple as being in the right place at the right time to help someone in need, or something more significant such as mediating complex situations where your wisdom and neutrality will be essential. Also, prepare yourself to receive revelations about future events that will affect your community or even the country. Saint Michael the Archangel shares this information not to generate fear, but so that people like you can prepare themselves adequately and be ready to help when the time comes. You may receive prophetic dreams, strong premonitions, or simply a clear intuition about how to position yourself in certain situations. Always trust your intuition, even when it seems to go against logic or the opinion of the majority. Saint Michael the Archangel speaks to you through that wise inner voice that knows truths that the rational mind cannot comprehend. The more you trust and follow this inner guidance, the clearer it will become, and the more accurate the revelations you receive will be. To conclude this message, Saint Michael the Archangel wants to leave you with revelations about the glorious future that is being prepared for you, and how everything that has happened in your life up to now has been necessary to bring you to this moment of total transformation. You are about to enter a phase of your existence that will exceed all your most optimistic expectations, where dreams you never dared to dream will materialize in surprising ways. Saint Michael the Archangel showed me a vision of your near future that moved me deeply. I saw you radiating such intense light that people were naturally drawn to your presence. I saw you speaking words of healing that instantly transformed lives. I saw material resources flowing abundantly into your hands, not as a result of desperate effort, but as a natural consequence of the value you offer to the world. More importantly, I saw you living in deep inner peace, completely reconciled with your past, totally confident in your present, and filled with joyful expectation for your future. All wounds were healed, all issues were resolved, all doubts were cleared up. You finally understood who you are, why you are here, and where you are going. This transformation will not happen overnight, but Saint Michael the Archangel has assured you that every day from now on, you will notice positive changes in your life. They may be small at first, an unexpected smile from a stranger, an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, a bill that is paid in a surprising way, a relationship that heals spontaneously. But these small signs are evidence that greater forces are working in your favor. Saint Michael the Archangel wants you to pay special attention to the dreams you will have in the coming days. They will contain important messages about decisions you need to make, people you will meet, places you need to go, and opportunities you should take advantage of. Keep a notebook by your bed and write down your dreams as soon as you wake up, because the details may be crucial to your guidance. Write now in the comments, "I gratefully receive all the blessings that Saint Michael the Archangel has prepared for my life." This statement completely opens your heart to receive everything that is being sent to you from the heavenly world. One of the most beautiful things that Saint Michael the Archangel revealed to me is about the impact that your transformation will have on the lives of others. Your family will witness such obvious changes in you that some members who were skeptical about spirituality will begin to question their own beliefs. Old friends will come back into your life asking for advice because they realize that you have found something they are still searching for. Strangers will approach you in public places because your energy will radiate a peace and wisdom that naturally attracts people who are going through difficulties. You will become a role model of overcoming adversity in your community, a living example that it is possible to transcend limitations and create an extraordinary life regardless of your circumstances. Archangel Michael also told me that you will develop a special ability to see potential in people, even when they cannot see it in themselves. You will help many people discover hidden talents, overcome paralyzing fears, and believe again in dreams they had abandoned. Your words will carry a spiritual authority that touches hearts and transforms destinies. But always remember that your first responsibility is to yourself. You cannot give what you do not have. You cannot heal others if you are not healed. You cannot be a light for others if your own light is dim. Continue to prioritize your spiritual growth, your emotional health, and your physical well-being. Stay connected to Saint Michael the Archangel through daily prayer and meditation, because he will always be your main guide on this journey. In moments of doubt, which will still exist because you are human, remember this message. Remember that Saint Michael the Archangel is always by your side, protecting your steps and guiding your decisions. Remember that you were chosen for this mission because you have everything you need to fulfill it with excellence. And when you are shining in all your glory, using all your gifts to bless the world, don't forget where you came from and how you got there. Remain humble and grateful, because these qualities ensure that you stay connected to the source of your strength. Always be a clear channel through which heavenly blessings can flow to others. Archangel Michael asked me to close with these words: Beloved daughter, you are ready. Everything you needed to learn, you have learned. Everything you needed to heal has been healed. Everything you needed to overcome, you have overcome. Now it is time to fly. Spread your wings and allow me to lead you to the heavens that have always been your destiny. If this message has touched your soul deeply, if you have felt Saint Michael the Archangel speaking directly to your heart through these words, I warmly invite you to subscribe to this channel and become part of this spiritual family that grows every day. Here you will always find words of hope, heavenly revelations, and guidance for your journey of awakening. Share in the comments how this message has impacted you. Tell your story of transformation to inspire others who are going through the same process. Your experience may be exactly what someone needs to hear today. Let's build together a community of light where every soul finds welcome and direction for their divine mission. You are very welcome here.